watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us this Monday evening. I'm Ken Bufa. There's a meeting tonight ahead of a vote on a lease agreement that could bring a $4 billion casino resort to Uniondale. Residents for and against the proposal are speaking out in Mineola. County lawmakers are hearing public comments ahead of their vote to lease the Coliseum property to Las Vegas Sands for 99 years. Now, the deal would need several other approvals before moving forward, and Sands still needs to win a gaming license from the state. And only in Newsday, the number of Nassau homeowners who are challenging their property taxes and winning is going way up. After the assessment overhaul done by the current administration, 25% of homeowners who contested their taxes in 2020-2021 were successful. But in 2022 to 2023, that number jumped to, get this, 73%. Politics reporter Scott Idler says homeowners who do not challenge their taxes end up paying more.
On the one hand, people who are grieving are going to be very lucky. They're going to see automatic assessment reductions. The people who don't grieve, about 30% of people did not win reductions, and there are people who didn't grieve are going to get that tax burden shifted onto them.
Now, to read more about Nassau's residential tax assessment policy and how it might affect you, click the Get More banner under the Newsday TV video box. And state and city officials are calling on the White House to speed up the process on getting work permits for asylum seekers. Newsday TV's Cecilia Dowd has the details.
We need all levels of government to respond to this. We truly, truly do.
That's Governor Hochul talking about what it'll take to deal with the influx of migrants into New York. She and New York City Mayor Eric Adams held a news conference to talk about the issue.
At the same time, we have a historic labor shortage. We also have this unprecedented influx of individuals arriving in New York, all of them legally seeking asylum.
We have one message: let them work.
Hochul and Adams are urging the White House to expedite work authorizations for asylum seekers. Here in Suffolk County, Republican legislators want to bring in an attorney to review options to block migrants from being placed in the county.
Well, it's not that we don't want to see migrants. We just would like to see migrants come through the regular legal process. And there's an argument that's saying that, well, they are seeking asylum legally, but we feel that that process has been short-circuited. We don't believe that there's been proper vetting of the people that are coming across this border.
Long Islanders reacted to the situation.
I really feel like they come here for a better life, but, you know, it's not enough here for Americans already. We already have mental health, homeless, all types of things like that.
There are a lot of Americans who don't want to work for things like yard work, child care. If the only people who want to take these jobs, then yes, maybe people should be allowed to get papers more easily.
Mayor Adams said those who come here come for one reason: to participate in the American dream.
That dream should not become a nightmare when they hit our shores.
Cecilia Dowd for Newsday TV.
A ticket to ride the LIRR is getting expected to get more expensive in September, but not as high as expected.
We had proposed a 5.5% fare and toll increase in 2023. There's enough funds that would allow the fare increase to be reduced to 4% for 2023.
The agency's finance committee says a bump in the payroll tax is allowing them to scale back the increase. Public hearings of the proposed rate increase are planned for next month, with the board voting in July. The new fares would take effect by Labor Day. And a 4-year-old boy is alive today thanks to the help from 4 Nassau County police officers.
Listen, this is one of these calls that you don't want to get, and you don't know how you're going to react until you get there. And I am so grateful, and we are so grateful that we were able to come together as a team between the police department and the police medics that gave us the outcome to have Shane here with us today.
8th Precinct officers responded to a call last month that a little boy was not breathing after falling out of a bouncy house. The child did not have a pulse, and officers performed CPR and used an AED before he was airlifted to Cohen Children's Hospital. Officials say little Shane was diagnosed with a heart condition that can lead to sudden death. He recently received treatment for the condition in Boston. Glad to see he's doing better. All right, take a look at your Long Island weather. Tonight, we are in the 50s with mostly clear skies. Tomorrow, we're hanging out in the mid-60s. Taking a closer look at tomorrow, looks like mostly sunny skies with some warm temperatures. Going to be nice.
Watch Newsday TV on the big screen. Use the remote to activate Siri, Alexa, Roku, or the Google Assistant on your streaming device. Say, install Newsday. Newsday TV, covering Long Island like no one else can.
The daughter of a Holocaust survivor has won her 4-year fight to obtain a Real ID license. Our Macy Eglin has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
It is an insult, plain and simple. Suddenly you don't exist, essentially.
For 74 years, Laura Siegelman of Plainview has lived in the United States.
In my life here, I have never had a problem with any documentation that I needed.
She came here with her parents, Holocaust survivors. They arrived in Boston when she was 2 years old, and she's been a citizen ever since. But despite piles of paperwork, she's been struggling to prove her citizenship to get her Real ID.
We were told by people that, well, our hands are tied.
Years of research and filing through old documents to provide enough proof were unsuccessful until now.
I can't say it's like a special present. It's something that I felt I shouldn't have had a problem with.
Siegelman has been working to get her Real ID for years now. And thankfully for her, as she worked everything out, the national travel requirement was delayed multiple times. It was first set to go into effect in October of 2021. Then it was pushed back to May of this year. Now it's delayed again, set to go into effect in May of 2025.
Certain laws need exceptions or other means of identification or whatever it is. It just begs for that.
The Real ID Act was passed in response to the 9/11 terrorist attacks, an effort to make air travel safer by requiring flyers to have specific documents to receive a Real ID, things like a birth certificate and social security card. But for Siegelman, Americanizing her name in kindergarten made some of her paperwork unacceptable by those DMV standards.
I was angry when I left the DMV. There was nobody to talk to.
After years of struggle, she and her husband, Richard, contacted their assemblyman, Jake Blumenkrantz. And finally, her paperwork has been accepted.
Certain documents just don't exist for people. There has to be a way to prove you're not a threat, that you are who you are, and there is.
Siegelman now has a temporary paper copy of her Real ID. Her permanent card is set to arrive in the mail within a couple weeks.
So we're going to travel to places we don't even want to go.
Great. For Newsday TV, I'm Macy Eglin.
Happy travels. Now, for more on Siegelman's story, go to Newsday.com, click Get More, below the Newsday TV video box.
High School Sports is sponsored by PC Richard & Son.
A community is coming together to help their neighbors in need. Carissa Kelman takes us to the Lax Out Cancer event in Shoreham.
It's really an honor wearing pink for today.
This is no ordinary pink out lacrosse game. For the 15th year, Shoreham Wading River is hosting its annual Lax Out Cancer event to raise funds for 4 local families fighting cancer.
I was shocked, I was just so, again, thankful for the Shoreham Wading River community for, wanting to help me through, the difficult journey that I've been through.
It's just great that we were able to give back to people that gave before.
To be a part of it on the other side of actually receiving something back it's pretty overwhelming.
What started off as a small local event 15 years ago now boasts over 90 sponsors. But community members say that's just what Wildcats do.
Whenever we ask, they give. Our expectation today is to reach a $50,000 goal, and I think we'll surpass that easily.
That goal was quickly met thanks to contests, concessions, and raffles. The bags with the most tickets, the ones offering practices with the varsity players.
Donating our time to spread the game and for a great cause is so special to all of us.
A lot of the players who are doing it are really good. Like Grace Ann is like really good, and she's going to UNC, and that's why I want to go. And,
so you want to be next? You want to be the next Grace Ann?
Yeah.
And before the final game, Carter Rubin, a Shoreham native and winner of The Voice, sang the national anthem.
When they asked me to come sing today, I was very honored, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it.
I was just so blessed to be a part of such a wonderful community.
In Shoreham, Carissa Kelman, Newsday TV.
It's great to see folks helping out each other. Now, for more on the Locks Out Cancer event, go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Hey, did you get one of these in the mail yesterday? Well, this is the Newsday FunBook, and as you can see, it is out. Lisa DiStefano and Megan Giannotta have an exclusive look at what you'll find inside.
Summer fun has begun on Long Island. We are on the Paddle Pub in Patchogue, just one of the fun activities you could do on Long Island this summer, and there's so much more.
There is. This is just the beginning of the summer fun that you can find in our just released FunBook, which has more than 60 guides to activities all over Long Island to help make great summer memories.
Getting out on the water is a must. And the Paddle Pub has a new location in Port Jefferson. This is the ultimate party boat experience.
It really is. It's a 2-hour cruise, but don't worry, you don't have to pedal the entire time. You can play some games with your friends too. We have guides to kayaking, party boats, fishing boats, and there's a new party boat coming out of the Long Island Aquarium in Riverhead this summer.
Love a good party boat. This one, we have our work cut out for us.
We do.
Pedal and party at the same time. Now, if you don't want to be actually on the water like we are, there are many other options.
Right. You don't have to be out on the water to enjoy the beautiful beaches, bays, and more. There are so many great restaurants right here in Patchogue where you can dine right on the water. And our FunBook has a guide to dozens more.
All over Long Island.
All over.
Okay, and what about family fun?
Even venues that you may have been to summer after summer, there's something new happening there.
Okay, like where?
At Adventureland, there's a new cafe and new arcade games.
We've been there 1, 2, 2009.
And you can go down to Jones Beach, and if you haven't tried that zip line yet at Wild Play, it's a must.
It is an absolute summer bucket list must do. Back to pedaling. We have a whole summer ahead, and we hope that you fill it with lots of FunBook fun.
This is just the beginning.
All right, if you'd like to get the next edition sent to your home, become a Newsday Home subscriber. Now, to learn how to do that and to learn more about the FunBook, just go to Newsday.com, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Get more of the stories you've seen on Newsday TV at Newsday.com. Plus breaking news, investigations, things to do, restaurants, and other Long Island news you can't get anywhere else. At Newsday.com, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. We leave you now with a look at your 7-day forecast.